Hi, this is Steve Allen here with 920 WMOK Live here at the First Baptist Church here in Metropolis, and we're here with Pastor Windings here, and we're going to kind of talk a little bit about the, you guys have a alternative haunt situation going on with a Judgment House production. Tell us a little bit about how this came about. Give us a little background about what Judgment House is all about.
Steve, Judgment House is part of a nationwide organization called Judgment House that sponsors Judgment Houses all over the United States and internationally. We're one of, I think, probably about 3,500 churches doing this time of the year. You use the word haunt, and actually Judgment House is not really a haunted house per se, but it takes regular life events, and a lot of them catastrophic, and then puts them in a perspective where we can kind of see that real consequences come from certain behaviors, and those consequences are important in making the right decisions at the right time.
Mm-hmm. Now this is a pretty big production. Is this the first one that you've done, or
no?
Have there been others that you've done?
I was part of the Southern Illinois Christian Alliance back about 10 years ago that worked at Shawnee College. I was one of the folks that kind of helped organize that, me and a couple other people from that community. And of course that community is rather small over there, and what we would do is we would take multiple churches and we would assign different tasks to different churches, and we all come together at the college and did it. It wasn't a college sanctioned operation per se. We just used the college that particular weekend, and we called ourselves the Southern Illinois Christian Alliance, but it was just a bunch of people that knew each other, that loved the Lord, and saw the need for this ministry in the area. And it ran for probably 4 or 5 years over there.
So how did you all decide to do this here at Metropolis at this church?
Well, I took the position as a worship pastor here about a little over 2 years ago. And my job here at the church is to organize worship and then to help try to do outreach types of things. And this church is probably one of the most mission-driven churches I've ever been a part of. I've been to Haiti with this group. We do stuff in Illinois. We do things around, they've been to New York on mission trips. And one of the things that we felt like that we hadn't done enough of was local mission work, local outreach. So I had suggested it back to Pastor Joe, who's our head pastor, and Brother Joe was very receptive to the idea of trying something new. So he gave me he'd give me an inch and I've taken a mile, is how one might say it. That's worked.
So this is obviously a pretty big production. How long have you guys been working on this? How many people are involved in it?
Well, the organization for it actually dates back into February of this year. In order to present one of these Judgment Houses under the license that this thing comes with, we have to become a covenant partner with the Judgment House organization. We sign a covenant agreement, meaning we'll do it like they want it done. They have certain standards and certain expectations, and we have to pay for the licensing. Then we become a covenant partner, and since February we've been working a little bit at a time putting things together. I would say before this is over with, we're going to be nowhere short of 130, 150 people that are working in this over the next 4 days.
My goodness.
Yeah, which is big for our church. That's a little over a third of our church right there. So it's a big part. So
tell us, what are you all presenting at this Judgment House?
Judgment House comes with a couple different stories, and I would guess they change them every year or every other year. Or if you're new, you can always go back and do a previous script. Our script is entitled Collision, and it's the story of after the football game party, which is, this is football season, and Massac County football and all that stuff's going on, and we thought this would be a perfect, storyline for our community at this particular time, because this is a football, time, and what happens is after the game, there's a party. Actually, there's 2 parties. There's a party at a local Christian coffee house, and there's a party at somebody's house. And some of the kids make good decisions, some of the kids make poor decisions. And the consequences of those decisions have huge impact on that night, because there's an accident and people lose their lives.
Okay, all right. So you guys are running this the 22nd through the 25th?
Right.
Okay, is there a cost for this event, or are reservations required? How long does the tour run?
The tours themselves will run about an hour. It takes about an hour to get through it. There is a series of 8 rooms that you walk through, and the story unfolds in each one of those rooms. As a general rule, we are encouraging people to make reservations, but that's only for their own convenience. If you make a reservation at 6:30, we're going to do our dead level best to honor that time that you've requested, keep it open for you. If you walk in and the tours are full, you may have to wait a little bit to get to go into a tour. We can run somewhere between 10 and 15 people at a time. Our max number per tour is 15 people.
Okay.
So, we have a maximum that we can do. This is going to go on for the next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The hours are a little bit different on it. Tomorrow night, it actually starts at 6:30, I believe. It's going to run through 8:30. So the final tour is scheduled to leave at 8:30. So that means those people will probably be there until 9:30 before they get through all the other rooms. Friday night, it's a little different. We start at 6 o'clock. We're going to run to 9:30. I think Saturday is 6 to 9:30. And I believe Sunday is 5 to 9:30, if I'm not mistaken. But I've got a lot of details that I have a hard time keeping up with exactly. Yeah, 5 to 9:30. So that's basically the times that we're looking at. I'm sure you can share that information with your folks. So.
And is there any cost for admission to this?
No. When the church agreed to do this back in February, we all prayed about it and talked about it, and we decided that we would set a part of our budget this year for Judgment House so that we would not have to charge. We've spent a couple $1,000s in materials and things before it's all said and done. Now, we spent a pretty good chunk of money, but it's been part of the church. We planned it as part of the church's budget in hopes that we could offer this to this community for no cost whatsoever. We are going to have food here. If you come in and you want to grab a hot dog or nachos or popcorn, we'll have that stuff available. No charge for anything. We're totally ready to absorb those costs. And at the end, there'll be a donation jar. So if we bless someone and they want to bless us back, we'll be glad to accept that blessing. But as far as charge, there is no charge for what we're doing.
And what are the plans to do with the donations that you receive?
Well, I am sure that I've probably spent more money than I have in my budget. Okay, I'm pretty sure that. So the first thing that we'll do is to use that money to make sure that we're, got everything paid for. And if it's left over, there'll be a group of people that will organize to determine best use. I would imagine there might be some seed money planted for next year. I'm sure we're going to learn a lot of things, being this is our first year, and things that we're going to want to improve and things we're going to want to buy that will make it better even next year, hopefully. And then this church is, like I said, so mission driven that if there's a possibility that some of it may go to missions.
Okay.
So it just depends.
So is that your plan to do this every year then, make this kind of an annual event?
It's the plan right now. We'll see how it goes and how it's received. We know that a lot of churches that run Judgment House end up running it for long periods of time. They'll run it for, I know one church, particularly up in Harrisburg, that's been running, I know, for the last 10 years, at least. So, it's one of those things, once you begin to be known for hosting it, you have, a better turnover year to year.
Now, I know that you've said that there are certain times, each day that you guys are going to be running this show. If there are people still in line after those show times, are those people still going to be able to go through?
Oh,
or
yeah.
Have to wait till the next day?
Yeah, our shutdown time is totally dependent. We will run it till we run out of people. Okay? But if there's no one here waiting in line when it's scheduled to stop, it'll stop.
Okay.
But nobody will go home without seeing it if they come to see it. I promise you that.
Okay, well, very good. Well, we appreciate you taking some time to talk to us and getting the word out there about this event that you all are having here. And we definitely look forward to seeing what you all are going to do, and definitely wish you the best of luck and hope you get a really good turnout on this.
Well, we truly appreciate WMOK and their willingness to share this information with our community. it's just a real honor to be a part of it. So we appreciate you guys as well.
Natalie, thank you very much. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And here we're going to take a look at some of the scenes from the Judgment House production.
Give me an M. M. Give me an A. A. Give me an S. S. Give me an S. S. Give me an A. A. Give me a C. C. What's that spell? Massac.
Thank you guys for coming out tonight, and I just want to introduce Coach Evans.
All right, let's give a big round of applause for the cheerleaders. You guys fired up tonight?
Yeah!
All right, I want to thank the parents, students, and alumni for coming out tonight. And tonight's our big game against the Bulldogs, and we're going to beat them. Are y'all going to be there?
Yeah!
I'll see you there. Y'all have a great night.
Hey Natalie, I'm gonna need some cheering up tonight after the game. Why don't you bring some girls over to my party afterwards?
And don't forget to bring the pom-poms.
Why do they need the pom-poms?
Why would I go to your house, you game?
The name is Bud, and I will give you 3 reasons. The music is going to be robbed, the beer is going to be fun, and the man of your dreams is going to be there.
Oh, thank God.
Hey, bud, where's Natalie?
She's at that church thing with that idiot Chris. I don't like it very much. She's always talking about how God loves you, that you need to turn your life around. Hey guys, do I look like I need my life turned around?
Yeah. If I know Natalie, she's probably helping Chris to see the light right about now, if you know what I mean.
You're not gonna just let Chris take the woman with him, are you?
He's not going anywhere, stupid. He's too drunk. And besides, you promised your dad you would stay here anyway.
I don't care what I promised my dad. You were right, Ricky. I am gonna get Natalie and bring her back here. She belongs with me. If he touches her, I'll kill her.
Shut up. Better boy.